baby. Get out of the books. We're going to talk about that when we're going to backup channel. Ooh, Sylvia. Ooh, I'm frying chicken. My chicken, they're so pretty, Sylvia.
We could stay on, Gucci.
Huh?
We could stay on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what's going on? What did I miss anything? Because Spitfire came in asking, did she miss anything?
We're on the backup channel
She
now.
was
It's
okay.
just
She
me.
was, huh?
I got off the regular live channel. I'm
Okay,
on my
everybody
backup.
coming over. Okay.
Yeah.
Did it delay? What happened? She canceled?
No, we couldn't get on. She was having a problem with her computer. She'd been trying to get on for the longest. So we just
Yeah.
so
I
we
mean,
I'm not we've been having problems, man. First I couldn't show up and then okay, they did. Here they come. Everybody coming.
yeah, because I sent Juice the link to watch it, so I'm gonna ask him, tell him they're having problems. But he said he's ready for tomorrow. He said telling people what it's about so they can ask questions. If he know it, he will answer it.
Yeah.
So I'm actually cooking dinner for me and Zuri. I'm making fried chicken. See how pretty my chicken look? Ooh,
Oh, that
deep
looks good.
brown. They said they wanted deep brown, so I'm have it in a deep pot cooking. We're doing corn, mac and cheese, and of course I got to get rice because I'm a rice guy.
Mm.
And Zori in there singing. I don't know what she's singing.
What's she singing? You don't know what she's singing?
Girl, I don't know. I have no idea. Zuri, what are you singing? Oh, she said she don't know. She just singing. Is Pretty Fine come on yet? Where's she at?
I don't know.
Hold on, I got my bag shaking up my chicken. You know, the flour in the bag. Yeah. Wash my hand, pick up my phone.
What you doing?
I was, putting the flour in the bag and getting the flour. I mean, the rest of the chicken flour
Uh,
because because I'm about to take those one out the grease. But Zori and Tay talk about they want it to be crispy. That's all she thought. That can't fit in there, baby. He only fit in that phone. He only fit in Galaxy. You ain't got to check on your nut. So everybody, how y'all doing in the chat? Everybody, I don't know who is in, but it's another beautiful rainy day in Memphis, Tennessee. We've been raining since Monday. Trying to figure when we
yeah,
gonna stop.
it's been raining here too.
Yeah, it been raining since Monday. I mean, if it stopped, it's still drizzly. It ain't stopped yet. But
Yeah.
the only good part with it, it's been 70-degree every day. I'm trying to figure how. And
Yeah.
I want to say congratulations to Georgia, the state of Georgia, for not putting in that idiot in the house.
Georgia know how to come through, huh?
Yeah, they did because today on ESPN they were making so much fun of him. Right? I was like, oh my God, they wrong. They said that man get hit so much he can't even hold a full sentence. And they was playing clips of some of his speech. They said, what the heck is he talking about?
Oh, you're so wrong, Gucci.
I know. I said it wasn't me. It was them. I was like, "Ooh, y'all ESPN people so wrong." Right? They,
Okay,
you know.
I'm gonna enter my phone. I'm gonna remove myself from in here. Hold on.
Yeah. What's the echo?
That's me. I was trying to
Okay.
get off. I was getting off the computer so I could
So
let me
so
mess around.
who we gonna invite on tonight? Where is everybody? Come on, come talk. Where's Spitting Fire? Sylvia said she wanna act up tonight. Spitting Fire.
Where is she at?
I know I saw her. She was in the chat. Let me
She was
look
on the
if she's
other
still in the
side. No, she was on there from the other side.
yeah, from the other side, right. Oh, this chicken looks so brown and ready. Oh yes. All right, let me get them out. So, did anything interesting happen today? You know, I've been missing a lot of stuff. Ooh. So, what are we going to talk about today? What are we going to do today?
I gotta find me something to drink. I have to go give me some water.
I ain't drinking no water. You can drink the
Oh,
water.
water
I
is good
drink
for
enough
you.
water. Yeah, good, but I drink enough water. I want me some tequila right now.
Mm.
You know? Ooh,
Yeah.
Zori, these chicken look so good.
You ain't
Ooh,
sharing with us.
ooh, Zori, they so pretty. Zori, look how brown. Look how brown they. Look how
Oh,
they.
let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it.
They so brown. All right, hold on. I gotta put y'all down for a minute while I put more in the pot. Let me wash my hand because I was holding the phone. Every time I do something, I like wash my hand.
You and I are both the same.
Yeah. Whenever I touch my food, I wash my hand because I was holding the phone, so I had to wash my hand. Now I'm taking my bag over to the stove.
Mm, mm, mm.
Ooh, good.
She actually said FedEx on her plate.
Oh, okay. Hey, Ash, what we're gonna do? We're gonna let Sylvia. With next summer, we all gonna see who want to go, and we want to go somewhere like to a resort, a cabin, and around 20 people, and rent a big one, and we just have a fun by the lake. All the Sylvia people that want to go, we just do something like that. Look, life is too precious not to enjoy life. Okay, we can't
That's
worry about tomorrow because look how many people we know just got knocked out by.
yeah,
I'm
gone.
I'm trying to enjoy every day of my life, starting, and my biggest New Year's resolution
There
is to,
she is.
huh?
Hey, what's
Hey.
going
Hey,
on?
oh wait, Spitting Fire,
What's
you
going
didn't see
on?
me, you didn't see me at the window when you came out the shower?
Yeah, I saw you. Did you see me flash you a titty?
Yes,
Oh. Now you
Hey,
see why. Now you see why we in this chat. We moved to the back. The other one.
yes. Look,
cause you know ain't
and then
nobody nasty like being Gucci.
I know, and when you did it, what happened? I I
You
I I, I
drool. You
fell
start
I
drooling.
fell off the ladder. I fell off the ladder because I wasn't expecting you to do that right away.
Cause I told my husband you gotta
Jory,
hurry up. I told him you gotta hurry up and leave cause my favorite people in town is coming through.
yeah.
Oh,
I,
nigga, get out. I said you been looking for 30 years. Let somebody else look.
Jory played. Then look, spitting fire. My daughter in here going. When was this? When was this?
You know it. I was
Oh
like,
God!
I was asking where I was at. I was like, I was in the kitchen. I was like, I'm coming. Like y'all can hear
Yeah.
me.
What you eating?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
No, I ain't eat nothing. I was
Well,
sitting up
Spitfire, look
watching
what I'm
in the
cooking.
kitchen.
Fried chicken.
Ooh, that's good and golden looking.
Yes, yeah, that's how I like my fried chicken, golden
Ooh,
and
Do
very
it again, Vicky.
golden.
right.
Do it again, Vicky.
Let
Do
me
it again.
wait,
Let
wait,
me
let me
see.
see. Let's
Look,
look.
then I got mac and cheese.
Ooh, you oh my God. You gonna get
Then I got
another.
corn. I'm doing corn on the cob.
Ooh, I'm gonna flash another one at you. Man, shoot, keep cooking like that. You gonna get the whole enchilada.
You see, I like when my chicken. I like when they're golden. So when I season them up, what I do, I season them up, but I put Goya on it too. You know, the Goya mix. That way, it give it this right here. It give it that brown color
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let
right
me see.
here.
I love seasonings and flouring and batter. Wait a minute, I
Yeah.
can't see Gucci. It's blurry.
Hold on. Hold on.
What the other
Other
way?
way.
Yeah, right there, right there. Okay, okay. Well, what's the first?
Yeah.
It says it says Saison.
Yeah. Saison.
Okay,
SAZON.
okay, okay.
So what I do after I put my regular seasoning, I put that on the chicken and turn it over, and then it's gonna give it that color. And then when you dip it in the flour and you fry it, it's gonna come out pretty and brown like a brown like them titties. Ooh.
Ooh, just like mine, baby, just like mine. When you think, they already call me spitting chicken. So when you pick that breast up, you think of me, baby. Shit.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Ooh.
you
Boy,
think of me, baby.
ooh,
You tell
we
them
better
you spitting chicken for real, damn it.
yeah, we better stop because everybody gonna say listen to them. Mm.
I don't give a damn. That's right.
Woo. Mm.
They don't have no sense of humor because they don't have no laughter in their life.
Yeah, man. I was just telling Sylvia before you come on. Said next year we all got to do something somewhere because life is too short not to enjoy it. It's too many people this year lost their life, and 2023,
Yeah,
2023, we should all have fun, enjoy going out, be adult. Yeah,
I'm with you on that, Gooch. I'm
I
with you on
swear,
that.
I
I'm with you
swear.
on that. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I hate? What I really hate? I hate when you first met me, you was trying to work with me, and we was all skeptical of each other then. I really hate that. I really hate that even
Well,
came about.
you know what though. I don't think you should hate it because let me tell you why.
What you do? Tell me
I
what
ain't,
you do with Gucci.
I didn't do nothing with Gucci. Gucci disappeared on his own.
You
Okay.
just mad because he was putting my breast in his mouth. Put Gucci back up there.
I didn't do that.
He was spitting chicken.
That wasn't me. He hung up on us on his own.
What?
That
He be
wasn't us.
back. He be back. He probably just lost signal.
I didn't have my hand on the phone. See, I was minding my business over here.
Mm-hmm. What you doing? You doing something? I ain't
I'm
talked
not
to you in a
doing,
couple days.
I'm not doing anything.
You ain't.
Mm-mm.
You worked today?
Yes, I did.
You did.
There you go.
You vlogged while you was working.
Yeah, not
I'm
not
not
really.
getting your notifications for some reason. When I
Oh,
got your video you did, was it the yesterday or the day before where I put that comment in your section?
that was yesterday.
I said I'm getting your stuff when it's ending.
They're doing me wrong.
I'm getting your stuff when it's ending. Like it'll come up on my thing. You know how you get in your notification bell?
Hmm.
You tell them because I'm gonna tell them too. And I still gotta get, contact who I said I was gonna contact a few months ago. I just got sidetracked. I ain't forgot. But when I get your notification, it comes on when you're off, when you get off. I get notification and then it's like a video.
Wow.
So I've been missing you for the last 2-3 days. I'm like, what the heck going on? They did a whole live over here.
Yeah, we did.
They
Hey,
wrong on that stuff, man.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm gonna feed the kids and I'll be right back. That way, when I'm talking crazy and dirty, nobody interrupt me.
Right, because they already eating and they
They
occupied.
already ate and get ready for bed.
And y'all
That's
and come
right.
back and talk dirty to me.
Ooh,
Not
yes, babe.
me,
Ooh,
not,
hey, while I'm
not
while
me.
I'm letting them eat, I'm gonna think about all the dirty stuff that you
Ooh,
was doing at the window.
hey, and make sure you save a chicken breast.
Oh, hey, I got the biggest one I'm gonna eat when I come back home.
That's mine. That's mine. You know I got some big ones. That be mine, baby.
Yes. Ooh, wee. I know
I ain't
that
got
people.
I ain't got them little nubs like Sylvia. They got the nerve to be talking about Sylvia. Them little
Nah, we
nubs.
don't need. I need them big. I need them big so you
That's
can
right. You
slap me in
need
my
some grown
face.
women. You need some grown women spitting chicken, not no little nubs like Sylvia got. They got the nerve to be talking about Sylvia showing her little nubs. Nobody want to see them little nubs.
Right? But
Wow,
that's
y'all
all
just
right.
jack me up, Lord have mercy.
So just have them big ones ready so you can smack me in my face. Bang, bang,
Knock you
bang.
down. Boom, boom. And look, hey, lay on one and caress one all at the same time.
Y'all,
Yes.
come on, y'all.
Yes. What?
I want to hear
I
that.
thought I thought you
I
wanted
want
us to
to
give
hear
you a
that.
show. I
I
thought you
want to
wanted
hear
us to
all
give you a show.
Oh,
that.
she
No,
want to
no,
be
no,
bad. She want to talk about somebody.
Hey, let me tell
no,
you who you should call.
nobody.
Call T.
I don't
Stevens.
want to talk to nobody.
You know what I did? I talked to T. Stevens yesterday.
I was
He
thinking
doing
about my
good.
boy today. Said,
Yeah,
man,
I talked to T. Stevens yesterday. I sure did. He called me. He was like, "What up now?" Because I ain't talked to him in a minute. I said, "Oh,
yeah,
I told him I was finna put an APB out on your ass, nigga. I ain't heard from you in a couple calendars now."
yeah. I was just
He
thinking
like
about him and stuff.
them kids got him going crazy. He busy with his kids like you.
so
Them
y'all,
kids got him going crazy. Them kids and everything,
let me tell
man.
you something, man. Let me tell you something. Now, all jokes aside, we joke, but as men, we got to be in our kids' life. As men,
Man,
we got to,
he is. Them girls and
you know.
everything. And it be T. Stevens taking them and coaching them and doing things. I mean,
Oh,
he acted in his baby's life.
Sylvia, did I send you one of the picture with me and Zuri daddy daughter dance?
You did. I showed it
Showed
to
you.
the group, and I
Okay.
did already.
Oh,
We
See,
showed it.
you
spitting
good, you Gucci. You have fun. You don't just do things with your kids. You have fun with them.
No, I do.
Gucci,
Spitting fire.
remember you had to have on the outfit, and you had your shirt matches her
Yeah,
dress.
yeah.
Yes.
Hey, spitting fire. We went to the dance, right? So we sitting
Mm-hmm.
there watching. Man, as soon as we got in the dance, every one of the girls ran away from all the daddies. I said,
Yeah, I
"What
did
the
do. Because they
look?"
wanted to be with their friends.
Yes, girl, we
That's
sitting
what my
down.
daughter did to her dad. Because she went to a
We
daddy-daughter dance.
yes, we. I only see my daughter twice. Let me tell you when. When it's time for us to get in the line to eat, and when it's
Yup.
time for the
They had
last dance.
yup, the
I
dance.
said,
Yup.
"Oh my God!" But I ain't gonna lie. I had fun, and I told my baby, "See how I'm treating you. You see, I'm taking you up here and getting your food for you. You better let that dude treat you like that."
Yup. That's what my husband said. He said, "You saw how I'm opening the door for you and everything.
Yes,
You know, like a
yes,
little lady."
yep. Girl, I opened the door. I let her climb in. I was like, oh my God. But I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed it. I'm like, oh my God. My baby, don't grow up. Don't grow up. Don't grow up.
Mm-hmm.
All
Mm-hmm.
right. It's fun. I swear I enjoyed that. That was so much fun, Mima.
Those gonna be
No,
some
not,
good
not you,
memories,
baby.
though. Those
Huh?
some good memories, though.
Yes, yeah. I got pictures. I got everything. And what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to start sending pictures to Walgreen and print them.
I
That
know
way I
that.
can have pictures all over the damn house.
Anybody
Cause
talk? Anybody heard from Randall?
yeah, Randa was live today.
I know she did a pre. I see she
Yeah,
did
she
a
did
preview. I
too.
couldn't
So
come. I came over. I think did I come over there yesterday or the day before? I can't
man,
remember, y'all. My memory going bad. I'm gonna
Randa
go.
be having, you're getting old. Maybe I
I'm
need to
going
peep
to
at the window some
Texas.
more.
I don't get that shit, huh?
I need to be at the window more than.
Yeah, you sure do. Keep me occupied. I mean, I ain't gonna
Yeah,
forget
yeah. So cause I may need to bring some of this over too when I'm coming. This kind of
Yeah.
tequila.
Ooh, yes. I get frisky.
Ooh, don't
You know
tell
the
the
old women
people.
be saying, you remember the old women be saying, ooh, that make me frisky.
Oh,
I
why
know.
you guys be talking about that?
Huh? Sylvia, what you say?
Why you guys be talking about that?
So
They'll be
I'm gonna
nasty.
call back. I'm gonna call back in 15 minutes. I'm gonna share their food, and I'll be right back.
Go ahead and get their
You
food
need
together.
to, you need to share ours.
Huh?
Where's our food?
Huh?
Don't
Oh,
be on.
I'm gonna send it visa picture.
I'm
I'm
talking
gonna
about
send it
beef.
through the pictures.
I don't want no picture.
Well, I'm gonna make you. I'm gonna met you. Sylvia, hold it down, cause Zena calling me.
Okay.
Ooh,
All
I'll be
right.
right back, Sia. Let me show Zuri and Tay food. I'll call you back. All right, bye.
Okay, y'all. They left me alone. They left me
Nah,
alone.
tell somebody to come on. Let me call Marshall and tell him to come on with you.
They left me
All right. All
alone. Mom. They left me alone. They left me alone. Hold on, let me put the link in there. Hold on. Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get this thing here for the invite the guest. Copy, copy, copy. Yep, man, hold on. Oh, it messed up again. Hold on. Let me do it one more time. Let me do it. Invite, copy. Here. Paste. There we go. There we go. There we go. Paste the link so you have to look at it. Yeah. Yeah. Guess what? Bored. Man, it's sad that we didn't have the guest. Ugh. What are y'all doing? Nothing. So much going on. We have to. We do have to have laugh. Sometimes it's actually healthy. Yes, it is. Laughter is good medicine. Laughter is good medicine. What is everybody doing? Sleeping? Jackie, what you doing? Serve me down. Nope, you're not asleep. It's good for the soul. Looking for something to eat. Me too, Lord. I'm looking for something to eat. So I'm looking for something to eat. You still at work? Okay. Yes, it's good medicine. I'm working. You working, Ashley? I'm not sleep. Okay, you're not sleeping. Oh, trying not to put my grandson outside. What your grandson doing? What is he doing? Jackie, what your grandson doing? Oh my God. Madeline, how old is he? Everything I have is frozen. You sound like me. You fiending for some food. Well, look, I got some ice cream down there, and I know I'm not supposed to have no ice cream, but that's the only thing I can have because everything else is frozen and not good, and it's like, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. Lori Beauty. And everything I have is frozen. He'll be three and oh, he'll be only three. He just they're meddling with everything. Mm-mm-mm. Green Eyes, you said you still at work, right? Mm, Green Eyes said not in Mexico. Go anywhere else, but not nowhere near Mexico. They're having that rally in North Carolina. Mm-mm. Maybe we could play something. Let's see. Let's see. What do we want to play? What do we want to play? Hmm. Oh, you know what we got? Hold on, y'all. Remember I said I was gonna um hold on. Today, y'all, I was listening about Marvin Gaye, y'all, and I said I was gonna play it. I want to play this for y'all about Marvin Gaye. I want to play that for y'all. Hold on. I got to play this for y'all. I gotta play this for y'all. When is the rally? I think it's Saturday. Are you going? Guys, you going? Are you in North Carolina? Yeah, I kicked Ronnie out the room. Now he's in the other room because I was doing this live and I didn't want him disturbing the peace. Okay, hold on a second. I want to play something. And y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this once I play it for y'all. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this when I play it for you. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Don't y'all get off of here. Y'all better stay on here. You at work? Marsha, you at work? What are you doing at work so late? Oh, you get off at 2. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm trying to get this for you. Don't go nowhere. Come on. Okay, yeah, I'm about to play it for y'all. I want y'all to hear this, okay? Listen to this. This is about Marvin Gaye. Listen, listen. I don't know if y'all heard this before, but I want y'all to listen to this, okay? His second wife, Janice Hunter. She was only a teenager, 17 years old, and still in high school. Marvin was 34 years old and still married. He was married to his boss's sister, Anna Gordy. She was the older sister of the founder of Motown, Berry Gordy. I think that we can all agree that that's not the most conventional way to start dating someone. But if you think that's something, wait till you hear the rest. Drugs, infidelity, crazy times with big time stars. Nothing about Janice and Marvin Gaye was conventional by the standards of the 1970s or even today in 2021. If you like these videos about your favorite and most scandalous celebrities from yesteryear that make the Ty Said What Ty Said channel a time capsule for the culture, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can know every time that I upload one of these videos or every time that I live stream. And comment, I subscribed in the comment section so that I can say hello to you. Now, on to why you're here. Janice Hunter is the woman who would become Marvin Gaye's second wife. But before she became his wife to endure pain at his hands, she suffered a lot of childhood trauma first, thanks to her neglectful parents. Janice Hunter was born on January 5th, 1956, in Los Angeles, California. They say that girls tend to marry some version of their fathers. Well, as it turns out, her own father was a successful Black American music artist, Slim Gaylor. He was a jazz singer and songwriter, and he played many instruments. He was sometimes called McBowdy on stage, and he developed his own language for stage shows called Valdorini. He even went as far as writing a dictionary for it. In addition to English, he spoke Spanish, German, Greek, Arabic, and Armenian with varying degrees of fluency. His career really took off in the late 1930s, and by the 1940s, he was performing with Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie. But he didn't seem to have anything to give his daughter, from what I've read. Janice didn't even get his last name. Janice Hunter got her last name from her white mother, Barbara Hunter. Barbara came from a middle-class background, so it would seem that she had something to offer her child. Well, Janice's Black father made Janice's mother a single mother. And though California was a liberal place in 1956, it was just not acceptable for a white woman to have a biracial child out of wedlock. So Barbara sent her daughter off to live in an unlicensed foster home. There were a dozen other children in that unlicensed foster home, and there, Janice was frequently subjected to mental, physical, and sexual abuse, almost as in some sick way to prepare her for her future with Marvin Gaye. For with him, she would endure much of the same. When Janice Hunter was 14, she was finally allowed to leave the repulsive children's home and move in with her mother, who had abandoned her shortly after she was born. Sometime after moving in with her mother, she met Ed Townsend. He was dating her mother, and he was also a music producer and the co-writer of Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye. He is the man who would introduce her to Marvin Gaye just a few years after she left the orphanage. When Janice was 17, she was finally able to get that introduction to Marvin Gaye. Ed Townsend took her to the music studio during one of Marvin's recording sessions, and Marvin and Janice fell for each other instantly. It didn't matter that he was literally twice her age. She was 17 and he was 34. And apparently, it didn't matter that he was married, and married to Anna Gordy of all people. If that would have mattered to anyone, it should have mattered to Marvin, his being a major artist on the Motown label, and her being the sister of the founder of Motown. So what next? It's time for some divorce, depression, drugs, and adultery.
Janice teamed up with David Ritz, the author who wrote Divided Soul, The Life of Marvin Gaye, in order to get this story told. By the way, I referenced this book in my previous video about Marvin Gaye called Marvin Gaye Slept with His Teenage Niece and She Had His Child. If you haven't already seen that video, you can check it out here. But stay with me for now, and let's take a further look into the depths of Marvin Gaye's sexual depravity with his teen wife. When Ed Townsend, Marvin's music producer, brought Janice to the studio for the first time to see Marvin record, she felt a multitude of feelings as she laid eyes on the man whom she had adored since she was 8 years old. One of the things she explicitly wrote about seeing and hearing Marvin Gaye for the first time was that, quote, his sound erased all pain, end quote. And knowing what we know about her background, I can see why that would draw her to him. Lots of 17-year-old girls have crushes on grown celebrity men, but they rarely meet these men. What I can't understand was why Marvin Gaye, as a grown man, felt so free to publicly express how he felt for her. Knowing that he had the responsibility of a wife and a son at home, plus his in-laws were basically holding the strings to his money and his career. So Marvin started the 17-year-old Janice off as his mistress. Marvin took Janice to an Italian restaurant and bribed their waiter with $20 to serve his underage girlfriend alcohol. Just for fun. If you remember who your first celebrity crush was, write it in the comments. I'd love to see those names. Anyway, not long after, the very grown Marvin Gaye was having sex with this teenager in his one-bedroom apartment, which boasted little more than a couch and a junkie named Abe who lived on said couch. According to Marvin, this junkie was his assistant. Clearly, the teenage girl was so overwhelmed by the thought of being with Marvin Gaye that she wasn't aware of signs that would have been obvious to a lot of grown women. A lot of grown women, not all. After all, he was Marvin Gaye. Marvin was having sex with her every chance he got. And one thing that she was able to see was that Marvin Gaye was intentionally trying to get her pregnant. And Janice did write that she was not trying to prevent a pregnancy. Like any 17-year-old girl would have thought, Janice thought that they were in love. But it didn't take Janice long to learn that Marvin was in something, but it wasn't feeling like love, more like jealousy and controlling behavior. Marvin tried to convince Janice to drop out of high school so that they could spend their days and nights together. He even offered to be her teacher, telling her, quote, I can teach you everything you need to know. I'll be far more loving and patient than whomever the school provides, end quote. Though it would be bad enough if having all of the time of a high school girl was his only motive, it wasn't. Marvin was jealous of the young boys her age, and according to Janice, told her, I don't want to share you. There are all those strapping young high school football players looking to love on you. They're my competitors. The longer Janice stayed in this relationship, the more ugly sides she saw in Marvin. She began to see that he thrived on emotional and mental turbulence of the people closest to him. So he would create situations around those people that would give him a front seat to their emotional distress. Janice recalled Marvin picking her up from school and casually mentioning that he needed to make a stop. That stop was to go to his wife's house to pick up his son from her. While he went inside to get his son, Janice stayed in the car, scared. She was young, but she knew that Marvin was this lady's husband. Well, it didn't matter that Janice stayed in the car because Anna Gordy, his wife, came outside to see just who her husband was ditching her for. Anna approached the car and ordered Janice to roll her window down. Janice basically cracked it about an inch, and I don't blame her. According to Janice, Anna said to her, I just want to see what someone like you looks like. From there, she turned her attention to Marvin and told him, now that I've seen it, don't ever bring it back here again. That was probably one of Janice's less complicated situations with Marvin. Shortly after this incident, he got her pregnant. Marvin kept expressing his joy at the son that they were going to have, never acknowledging that it could be a girl, even when Janice mentioned that possibility. Janice ended up having a miscarriage of her first pregnancy. Marvin helped her by saying that, quote, next time, God will bless us with a healthy boy, end quote. When Janice was 18, Marvin turned her into a full-blown teen mom concubine. He was still married to Anna Gordy when Janice gave birth to their first child in 1974, a daughter named Nona. Janice apologized to Marvin for having a girl, as if it were her fault. The amount of mind control that he seemed to have over Janice was as amazing as it was sickening. From there, this 35-year-old adult went on to criticize his teen girlfriend about the stretch marks that were now on her body from giving birth to his child. Janice recalled that he commented to her saying, surely there's a way to rid yourself of those things. Even with the harsh criticism of her new mom body, Marvin Gaye still found it in him to make Janice a teen mom once again the very next year. This time, they had the son that he was waiting to be blessed with, Frankie. Now, Marvin and his new family could settle into family life, if you could call it that. Frequent visits from Parliament and Funkadelic members George Clinton and Bernie Worrell to play basketball and drop acid with Marvin Gaye. Invitations to Ike Turner's studio, where he was known to carry around his coke supply in a suitcase. And at home, Marvin writing and producing music while Janice watched, and they both stayed high on pot and coke. If that was everyday life at the Gaye residence, you can only imagine what a night out must have been like. In her memoir, Janice recalled her first time being prodded by Marvin Gaye to get it on with a random couple. By this time, she had already had his 2 children, but they were not yet married, so she would have been 19 or 20 years old. He would have been 36 or 37. She and Marvin and this random couple had all been smoking pot and snorting powder together. Then Marvin noticed that the couple was checking out Janice. She said that Marvin told her, quote, I think that they want to take this party to the next phase. A small, intimate orgy is just what the doctor ordered, end quote. Apparently, he was that doctor who ordered this. He didn't physically participate, but he told everyone what to do and watch with pleasure and joy. Marvin was a voyeur who enjoyed watching his teen wife have sex with other people, even if she did not enjoy it. When it was over, he asked Janice, you loved it, didn't you? She answered, not especially. He replied, oh dear, please don't deny it. You were an animal in heat. You couldn't get enough. This was your dream come true. She replied, not my dream, Marvin, yours. The very next night, the couple returned looking for more, but Marvin's joy and pleasure didn't return. It turned into jealousy. He told Janice, you go off with them if you want to. I can't stop you. I won't try. Of course, Janice refused the couple because she never wanted to participate in the first place. She did it to please Marvin, who was pleased at first. But after she told the couple to leave, Marvin started up with his mind games again. He told her, to watch purity turn to perversity is a fascinating thing. You were once my angel, and now you have fallen. And yes, I do admit, it is exciting to watch you fall. I can only imagine how she must have felt as the teen mother of his children who only wanted to please him. Then Marvin started putting Janice in freaky situations with his show business friends and enemies. Janice wrote about a couple of evenings with Richard Pryor that were relatively mild for the couple. She and Marvin partied with Richard Pryor, who invited them one night, quote, to watch bikini-clad dancers having sex with each other. She wrote, the evening was uncomfortable for me, but I went along with the program. During another night with Richard Pryor, he, quote, got so coked up that he hit his wife over the head with a bottle of wine and called everyone at the table a fucking whore, except me. Marvin laughed and said I should be flattered, end quote. Then there came the time that Marvin tried to get Janice to have sex with Frankie Beverly, the lead singer of Maids. Janice saw that Marvin had developed a habit of steering her toward other men. Sometimes he seemed to do it out of a perverted delight from seeing her with other men. Other times, it seemed to be out of a weird need to create a scene that would stir up his own jealousy. Recognizing a chemistry between Janice and Frankie Beverly, Marvin did everything he could to set up a sexual encounter between the two of them. Finally, he had his chance when one day Frankie Beverly came for a visit. Marvin not only booked a room for Frankie at a local hotel, but booked the adjoining room for Janice, pretending that he needed her out of the house so he could focus on music. On that awkward day, Frankie Beverly and Janice Gaye did see each other at the hotel. They were both well aware of the uneasiness about the whole situation, but that didn't stop them from smoking pot together in Janice's room. Eventually, there was a loud bang at the door. Of course, it was Marvin, hoping to catch his wife having sex with Frankie Beverly. But Frankie crawled back into his room on his hands and knees, and Marvin, to his dismay, found his wife alone. Marvin wasn't able to get the satisfaction of seeing his wife have sex with Frankie Beverly on that day in the trap that he set up, but Janice made it clear that at another time and on her own terms, she did have sex with Frankie Beverly. Marvin was still being cruel to her, but she wasn't quite ready to end it with him. Right after she and Marvin got married, he was telling her that he loved her, but he wasn't in love with her. Marvin Gaye, now almost 40, carried on with complaints about his wife's body, her sagging breasts, and her stretch marks. He told her, quote, there's a big difference between pleasure and excitement. As a man, I can't help but seek excitement, end quote. She would turn a blind eye to his infidelities. That was just the way it was. He cheated, she kept her mouth shut. She wrote that at the age of 22, she was, quote, convinced that I had lost my youth forever, end quote. He really seemed to get enjoyment out of talking to her in ways that would make any wife feel insecure. He loved doing things to her that would cause her to question his intentions. For instance, when it came to a family vacation, Marvin left Janice and the kids behind on a planned trip for the family to Hawaii. He flew there ahead of them, then called to beg her to show up with the kids. And for the next few years, that's how Marvin would do their vacations. Plan the trip for all of them to travel together, then leave them all behind and beg them to join him later, after he reached the destination by himself. Marvin and Janice Gaye had really vicious fights too, including one time when Marvin Gaye, while driving with both of their children in the car, began to swerve the steering wheel and threatened to, quote, drive this thing off the road, end quote. Enough of that type of behavior day in and day out had Janice ready to try something new. So she had an affair with Frankie Beverly. And while she was sleeping with Frankie Beverly, she did something that would really mess with Marvin's head. Janice had an affair with Marvin's biggest music rival, the man who was already starting to replace her husband as a sex symbol of soul music, Teddy Pendergrass. Yes, sleeping with Frankie Beverly and sleeping with Teddy Pendergrass, and doing a little bit of everything with Teddy Pendergrass, snorting cocaine and dating him publicly, so publicly and carelessly that one day Marvin Gaye saw Janice and Teddy on a date at a restaurant. So he sat outside of the restaurant and stalked them. Those sexual affairs seemed to take Marvin over the edge. The jealousy that Janice was probably used to had now become violent. One day, while Marvin was high on psychedelic mushrooms and cocaine, he started to talk about Janice's betrayals and he became enraged. Janice wrote that he, quote, took a kitchen knife and put it to my throat I was petrified, paralyzed. I thought it was all over. End quote. Marvin Gaye told her, I loved you too much. This love is killing me. I beg you to provoke me. Provoke me right now so I can take both of us out of our misery. His rage subsided before he actually stabbed her or himself. But for Jan, this was the final straw. She took the children and left. And to be clear, she doesn't paint herself as the victim when it comes to cheating on Marvin Gaye with Frankie Beverly and Teddy Pendergrass. She believes that she was acting out of anger against her husband. To say that the rest of their interactions over the next 5 years were rough would be an understatement. Their whole family was caught up in nasty back and forth battles, including one time when, after Jan brought the kids to see Marvin in Hawaii, he refused to let Frankie leave with Janice. She didn't get to see her son for over a year. Meanwhile, Marvin, out of his mind on cocaine, was accusing Janice of sending her father or gang members to try to kill him. By this stage, Marvin had been financially wiped out clean from his first wife, Anna Gordy, and the IRS. At least, that's the way the story is often retold, and that's partially true. But Marvin's extravagant spending on waterfront properties, luxury cars, and drugs cannot be overlooked either. Had he exercised just a pinch of frugality and kept up with his taxes, he could have lived a more than comfortable lifestyle without being in debt to his first wife or the IRS. However, caution was not the name of his game. So by the time that Janice was ready to divorce him, he and his son Frankie were living in an abandoned Helms bakery truck. When Janice filed for divorce in 1982, she was working odd jobs and living from couch to couch with their daughter, Nona. Needless to say, Marvin was not able to pay child support and alimony was out of the question. They briefly rekindled their relationship when Janice joined him on his tour of the US in 1983 to support him. It didn't take long for his insecurity and jealousy to jump out, and he wrongly accused her of sleeping with his bass player. And that was the last straw. Janice went from enduring sexual abuse at the orphanage to living with a mother who pimped her out to a celebrity when she was only a teen, to having that man turn into her husband and pimp her out to whomever for his own sexual pleasure, which would often turn into jealousy. And she went from all of that to having to end the relationship out of the fear of possibly losing her life and the lives of her children. Marvin Gaye introduced her to a lot of celebrities and what seemed like an enviable lifestyle. But he also introduced her to drug use, and he abused her on many levels. Still, in Janice's mind, the good with Marvin outweighed the bad somehow. Again, she painted herself as nobody's victim and took the blame for her part in the insanity in her life during her time with Marvin Gaye. And after some time, she got past the point of condemning herself for losing herself in Marvin Gaye. And another good thing is that she got clean and sober and left the drugs alone. And it might surprise you to know the celebrity who helped her on her path to sobriety. Rick James.
Now that's a joke. Rick James helped
My
her with
sources for
sobriety?
this story are the New York Post, Washington Post, After the Dance, My Life with Marvin Gaye, and the Minnesota Spokesman Recorder. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Ty Said What Ty Said channel. Please leave a thumbs up.
Yeah, what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think? What's your opinion about that? Y'all heard that, right? What do y'all think about the whole Marvin Gaye? Y'all heard about him getting his cousin pregnant, right? Yeah, hear about him getting cousin pregnant? I'm gonna play that one. Hold on a second. It was the one that he got the cousin pregnant. Him and his wife used to fight. Hold on. I think there it is right here. There it is right here.
Marvin Gaye, the soul singer we all knew and loved from Motown's glory days, was named Marvin Pence Gaye Jr. on the day he was born. He was named after his father, Marvin Gaye Sr., who ultimately killed Marvin Gaye. Today we know him as Marvin Gaye, Gaye. But when he was born, his last name was spelled Gay. Like Sam Cooke, Cooke, who was born Sam Cooke, Cook. Marvin added an E to his last name, but not for the same reason as Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke added the E to his last name to signify the new start in his life, his transition from gospel music to secular music. Marvin Gaye added the E to his last name in order to dispel any rumors about his potentially being homosexual and to distinguish himself from his father, whom he did not like at all. Well, there is a Marvin Gaye III, and that's why we're here today, to talk about who his parents are. We'll get right into it, but please, if you haven't already done so, subscribe and comment, "I subscribed," so that I can say hello to you in the comments section. Two biographies on Marvin Gaye tell of this same story. Divided Soul, The Life of Marvin Gaye, was written by Gaye's own trusted biographer, David Ritz, and Trouble Man was written by Steve Turner. At the time that Marvin Gaye III was conceived, Marvin Gaye was married to Anna Gordy. Anna Gordy is the older sister of the founder of Motown, Berry Gordy. Anna was 17 years older than Marvin Gaye. Both biographies say that Anna Gordy faked a pregnancy while she was married to Marvin Gaye, and Marvin Gaye went along with it in order to put up a front as a wholesome family for the media and Motown fans. So for years, that was the story. Well, when Marvin Gaye was being interviewed by David Ritz for his first biography, which was released in 1985, a year after Marvin Gaye was shot to death by his father, Marvin told David Ritz that his son, Marvin Gaye III, was adopted. There are reports that say that it took for the biography to be released for Marvin Gaye III to learn of his true identity. In the few years before his death, that was Marvin Gaye's story. His son went from being the biological child of his and his wife's to being adopted. But when he was pressed to answer who the biological parents were, Marvin Gaye would not say. Steve Turner revealed that information in his subsequent biography, and the mother did confirm. The real mother of Marvin Gaye III is Denise Gordy. Denise was Marvin Gaye's niece by marriage and his wife, Anna Gordy's niece by blood. She is also Berry Gordy's niece. At the time Marvin III was born, Marvin Gaye was 26 years old. His niece and the mother of his child was 15. It seems that a big motive to hide the truth these years was to keep Marvin from being jailed for statutory rape. If these details are hard to come to grips with, I understand. But we must also take into consideration that Marvin Gaye was openly dating the young girl who would become his second wife in the same year that Anna Gordy divorced him. Marvin Gaye was 34 years old when he started dating Janice Hunter, who would become his second wife. At the time, she was 17. As far as the conception of Marvin Gaye III was concerned, it was a family affair, and everyone was on board. Anna being too old and unable to conceive, Marvin wanting a child, and Denise just wanting to give them what they wanted. Denise Gordy herself said, quote, "My aunt was unable to have children, and I had one for her. It was as simple as that," unquote. Well, obviously now several years have passed and the deed is done. But is it as simple as that, like Denise Gordy said, in your opinion? Even if it is 100% true that this pregnancy was just some arrangement authorized by the Gordy family, Does it make Marvin Gaye's decision to have sex with his teenage niece any less deplorable in your eyes? Let me know in the comments section. By the way, Marvin Gaye III followed in his father's footsteps. Check him out. I'll put a link to his music video called Can't Take My Eyes Off You in the description box. Come back and thank me later.
Y'all heard that, y'all? There's some scandals out in the music world. Y'all, did y'all hear that? Oh, my goodness, my goodness. I didn't know that. I only heard about him sleeping with his wife's teenage sister. He likes teenagers. Oh my God. Oh. Oh my goodness. And they're crucifying Robert. Come on, y'all. Oh, Lordy, 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 Lordy. Mm, mm, mm. Tina Turner shot Randy Jackson. Let me hear about this one. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Did you know that Tina Turner shot Randy Jackson? Not American Idol Randy Jackson, but Michael Jackson's little brother, Randy Jackson. There are at least a couple of versions out there as to what happened that day. So let's go on and get into it. Have you ever cared? Are you listening? Damn. Before we get into this old school piece, I want to shout out Nana's Diary for getting her comment pinned on my video about Jermaine Jackson and Randy Jackson sharing a baby mama.
Woo!
If you haven't seen that video, check
Wait
it out.
a minute.
It was great.
Randy Jackson and Jermaine Jackson sharing a baby mama. Oh my God. Oh Lord
I want
Jesus.
to shout out Jacob Jennings for recently subscribing to the Ty Said What I Said channel and stopping a Sunday live stream this past Sunday. Come and join us there at 3. That's why you came here. First, we have Randy's side of the story. Then we'll deal with the more detailed account that comes from the real T, my 22 years with Tina Turner. According to Randy, he walked into Tina Turner's home and caught her doing something with his girlfriend. His 2011 tweets make it sound as though he was suggesting that he caught his girlfriend in some type of sexual moment with Tina Turner.
What?
He tweeted, "Yes, Tina shot me. I have a scar to prove it." He went on to tweet, "I went to Tina's house to see my girlfriend. I guess that I caught them off guard." And then he also tweeted, "Having said that, there was no violence on my part, nor have I ever owned or carried a weapon." Okay, Randy, let's not act like just because you don't carry a weapon doesn't mean that you can't be violent. So, once you hear the story, you'll know why he brings up the violence in this incident and in that tweet. So here's the other side of the story. This story is from the 1998 book, The Real T, My 22 Years with Tina Turner, written by a former assistant of Tina Turner named Eddie Camden Armani. According to this book, the shooting happened around 1983 when Randy Jackson was dating Bernadette Swan. I listened to Tina as she continued delivering the motherly lecture to Bernadette. This is what's in the book. Nodding my head in agreement. Tina saying, "Bernadette, Let me tell you something. You've got yourself a Ike Turner. You better get rid of him. I know you're scared. Now, the Bernadette we are talking about was Bernadette Roby. She is the daughter of Paul Roby, one of the original members of the Platters. At the time of this incident, she was very recently divorced from Lynn Swan after a 22-month marriage. If his name sounds familiar, it may be because you remember him from his NFL days when he was a wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Well, that was in her past. Today, at the time of this story, she was Randy Jackson's girlfriend. And according to this author, Bernadette said that Randy was very controlling of her, forcing her to do things that she didn't want to do. Things Eddie claimed were too horrific and shocking to mention in his book. Back to the story. Tina was furious, and she threw her hands up in disgust. I know what it's like, Bernadette. It's best for you if you stay here tonight. Just make sure you get rid of that Randy Jackson first thing tomorrow. But no sooner had Tina spoken than the noisy shuffling of footsteps could be heard outside. I paused and I watched her from across the bedroom. The worry on her face was unmistakable. Bernadette had already scared the daylights out of us with horrifying stories of Randy's violence. Lejeune and Tina remained still and silent as the intrusive sounds outside continued. There was a momentary eeriness, and then, without warning, one of Tina's huge treasured terracotta pots burst through the glass doors, exploding on impact. Shards of razor-sharp glass sprayed like darts throughout the bedroom. There was soil and terracotta everywhere. Everything else that followed seemed to happen so quickly. Randy Jackson leapt through the broken window, and paused for a moment, breathing and sweating heavily. Then, as he moved, glass fragments on Tina's plush cream carpet could be heard crunching beneath his hard, determined steps. He seemed possessed, and his eyes wild, rapidly scanning the bedroom. It only took a split second to focus on what he had come for. Like an animal stalking prey, he walked towards Bernadette, muttering like a crazy man about how much he loved her and needed her. In all the years I had spent with Tina, she had drilled me over and over on certain safety procedures should an intruder gain entry into her home. We always thought if it happened, it would be her ex-husband, Ike. On this particular day, we were wrong. Worse still, everyone froze in shock, forgetting Tina's meticulous safety drill. The only one who sprang into action was Tina herself. She calmly and purposefully walked into the bedroom, where her eyes immediately darted to the framed pictures on her bedside table, where she hid her loaded handgun. Without looking away from the table, her hand whipped out with shocking speed and grabbed a second gun, a shotgun, from behind the freestanding oval antique mirror just next to her. She cocked the weapon, then turned and aimed the loaded barrel at Randy Jackson's head. Her body stiff and her aim steady, she said with true determination, "Freeze, or I'll blow your brains out." Randy did stop, but only for a split second. Locking eyes with Tina, he ignored her warning and lunged for Bernadette. Tina, still several feet away from Randy, raised the gun and blew a hole in the ceiling. Randy, his face a mask of brutality, charged straight at Tina like a raging bull. Still in control, Tina moved the barrel slightly to the side and fired towards the doorway. She pointed the gun at Randy. Randy, suddenly terrified, leapt through the broken windows, fleeing for his life. This is when, according to rumors, he got shot in the ass. Some of the rumors say upper thigh. Nevertheless, years would go by without Tina or Randy commenting on the incident. But then in 2011, Randy finally confirmed via Twitter that the rumor was true. And as far as I have been able to see from my research, Tina Turner has never commented on the story to either confirm or deny. But I think that we should all just err on the side of caution and not go busting up in her house so that she doesn't go busting any cat stuff in our asses. And what happened to Randy's girlfriend? In the end, she married legendary boxer Sugar Ray Leonard, and they are still married to this day. They have 2 children. Well, that's it for this story. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and
Oh wow, that was good. Says like that. DJ's on, y'all. DJ. What DJ talking about? Move over there. Move over there. Move over there. Y'all sleeping? Baby said nope. I thought he was live. I thought he was not showing live. Yeah, I thought DJ was live. Oh yes, he is. He is live. Yeah, I don't know why I feel like I need something to eat. Y'all can hear him? He's muted. Is it not my phone? Is he muted or is it my phone? I don't hear him. Somebody watching it, is he muted? I can't hear him. Is he muted?
All right, sorry about
So
that,
he had
y'all.
us muted. Oh, he was
Let's
muted.
get back to the business. I want to talk about Trent, bitch, slow ass. This is what he said.
Look, I'm over here. I'm on live tonight. I'm addressing all that cack ass bullshit earlier. These
What's DJ
motherfuckers
eating?
call me out
What is DJ
to
eating?
go on DJ Tyson or Kevin Terrell, whatever.
Okay, yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. I don't want to do it. You know, I'm trying to keep myself clear of crazy stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to keep myself clear of that stuff. Yeah, it was fun listening to the old school stuff, like what happened to those people back in the days. Yeah, exactly. I think I'm gonna go to bed. I'm sleepy. And I sleep. And I sleepy. I'm sleepy. I don't have to go to bed. Good night, people. It's been fun. It's been real. Gucci and them never came back, so I'm going to bed. Night night. Good night. Good night.